Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch the Book of Boba Fett Season 1, Episode 2. I'm sorry I'm gonna be late for this video on Patreon and also on YouTube because I didn't have the time yesterday to watch this video and this episode. So for you on Patreon you're gonna have it on the good day, but I don't know at which hour. And for you guys on YouTube, I don't know when you're gonna have it because it's gonna depend on YouTube, on Disney and all of that. Okay, about the Book of Boba Fett, about the first episode, I truly appreciated it. It was a good entertainment. It was really the synopsis of the show, you know, in fact, that first episode, it was really representing what we're gonna have during that first season at least. Boba Fett and Fennec discovering a new territory, trying to have their places on that new territory with new allies, with new enemies, some fights which were great. And we have also Boba Fett, who is haunted by his past, and we're gonna discover more stuff about his past, the one that we know, but also the one that we miss. Okay, that's it, that's the synopsis. I was more intrigued, in fact, during the first episode by the mood of the show. Like I said, I had trouble to put my finger on it because it was not like The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian, since the first episode of the first season, it has a mood which is so printed, you know, into it, that Western mood with the franchise of Star Wars. First episode, first scene, you know, that saloon moment and all of that, we knew it with the music, with the way that it was filmed, with how the characters were acting, really looking at each other like that, like waiting to attack and all. With this spin-off, you know, with this production also made by the franchise of Star Wars, I had trouble to see if they would want to create the same thing, the same mood than The Mandalorian, if they wanted to create something new, a new mood, like they have plenty of register, you know, in which they can pick, if they wanted to do something really more like the franchise Star Wars. And I think that it's more that, you know, I think that they picked really the Bible of the show, you know, of the rules which are deciding how you are filming, how you are cutting, how you are editing, how you are doing the show, more on the franchise Star Wars, on the movies, on the old movies of Star Wars. With the music, how it was pushed, you know, at certain moments and not at other moments, with the different also ways to film it, like the first scene with all of this movement of camera like that and zooming little by little. For me it was like the beginning of Alien, you know, the first movie Alien, and it was during the same period of time than when the first movies of Star Wars were out, and same also for some action moments. It really made me think of the first movies of Star Wars. So I think that the references to make the show, they are more into that period of time, with of course the adaptation with the actual, the present time, the present resources, you know. I'm doing that because it's a lot because of financial reasons, like you can do stuff visually and all of that which are different than during that period of time and which are better. So it's good, it's really good. I'm wondering, you know, I thought about it during the editing of the first episode, I'm wondering about the character on himself, Boba Fett. This show is based on him, and during the first episode, okay, we had these flashbacks, these dreams that he's making, but he's really a cold person, a closed person, and with what we know about him, you know, what we discovered into all of the other productions of Star Wars, I'm wondering about his role, you know. We saw him as a killer, as someone who wanted revenge. After that we saw him during The Mandalorian as an helper for Mando, but you know, because of a deal. Like right there during the first episode, he acted like he's a good person, he wants to do good stuff, he wants to rule this place by being fair and by ruling it with respect and all. I'm all okay for that, you know. I love that kind of character, that kind of principles in life and all of that. But I'm wondering about, for this character, what it means to be like that right now. I think that we're gonna discover it, in fact, during these flashbacks, you know, for that period of time that we miss. I think that they're gonna explain why this character became like that. Because for now that I think about it after the first episode, I have the impression to begin a show with a character that I know nothing about. I know stuff about him, don't worry about that, about his past, about his dad and all of that, but you know, about how he's functioning, about his defaults, about what he can do. I have trouble, you know, to define him for now. Which is weird, you know, for the main character of a show, so that's weird, but at the same time it's great because it's almost like we're beginning a new show with a new character, like when we began The Mandalorian. We'll see. Fennec, for her, you know, it's easier because we knew her into The Mandalorian. She's exactly the same into the Book of Boba Fett. All of what she did during the first episode, I expected it, I wanted it, I had it. I'm glad about it, so it's great. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro, let's go for this episode 2. Like always, if you want to have my Patreon on which you can have these episodes earlier. This one in particular, because on YouTube I don't know when you're gonna have it, with an extended or full action part. Check the description to have the link, you know, for my Patreon and also to know what I put, when I put it and all of that. It's the best way to support me because on YouTube it's a little rough for little reactors like me. Even more during the last months, I don't know why. I had trouble with my Amazon videos, it was really weird, like they were available and all of that, they were released by Amazon, but it was almost like, you know, YouTube was shadowing all of the Amazon videos that I was making, but I saw that also for other reactors, I didn't understand why. For this one, the Book of Boba Fett, I don't know, we'll see. Let's go for this episode 2. Oh, it's a long episode in comparison of the first one. Oh no! Lights are coming. I hope that we're not gonna be disturbed by the sun going like that.
He is of the Order of the Night Wind. Assassin for hire. Very expensive.
Overpriced. You're paying for the name.
Aha, she's really like, I'm a better killer than them. Ah! You're gonna... You're gonna face it?
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Boba Fett. Well, I don't see your name in the schedule, so you'll have to. Pardon me.
You again.
However, I did not see your letter arrive.
He doesn't have one. Stop with that.
Terribly sorry, Your Eminence.
You're the mayor?
This who enters none else.
Sure, the mayor had nothing.
He's a member of the Order of the Night Wind. And you admit it. The Order of the Night Wind are not allowed to operate outside of Hutt space. Thank you for turning him in. I am not a bounty hunter. Is that so? I will take this payment. It's what you should have brought me as tribute.
Aha!
Who really sent the Night Wind?
It was not the mayor?
As you said,
Not you
I
again?
serve at your pleasure. Running a family is more complicated than bounty hunting. Go to Garza's sanctuary. You'll see what I speak of.
The twins have laid claim to their late cousin's bequest.
The twins?
Are preoccupied with the debauchery of Hutt.
Ah! Coming on a little? They are respected, you know, because people are afraid, clearly.
Yes, motherfucker, he did.
Oh! Oh! You're a good one!
If you want it, you'll have to kill me for it.
Not you, clearly, but your man. They're gonna send you more killers? New flashbacks? Nah! Who are they? You appreciated and respected that community, that group, and to be a part of it. The scene, it's a Western one. How it's done, filmed and all. Music also. It's more an action show. Surprise!
A gift for you.
Ah!
No! These are mine.
You just said that it was a gift.
How to ride. This is how we will stop the train. Okay?
We're really gonna have,
Makes it go. Stop.
you know, cutscenes about them learning how to drive that. Oi, oi. Okay, it's fun, but
Okay, go. Stop.
that's how we know that it's a Disney production, you know? To make that kind of cutscenes, you know, to show us that they are training, that they are doing that stuff. Good. You're learning from them, they're learning from you. We've got it. That's a donkey sound, you know, scream. Right there, see, it's an attack of a train. You can put the western mood of the Mandalorian on that scene really easily. When you're thinking about it, it's not like that for how it's filmed and realized. See, the musics, they are more like the old movies. It's an issue, we don't know where we are. It's a Tom Cruise movie into the Star Wars universe. Come on! For how the viewers are gonna read the show, it's an issue because you're losing them by making so many different moods into the same episode. It's a good entertainment, don't get me wrong. It's really well done. The scene, you know, the action is great, musics are great, picture is great. Okay. Oh no! He knows, but he has to hide now. Stop. He's gonna jump. Ah! Because of your stick, you're gonna be able to stop the train.
These people lay ancestral claim to the Doom Sea. If you are to pass the toll, it's to be paid to them. Go back to your syndicate and present these terms. Your lives are a gesture of our civility. A gift. Why?
You help them, come on. What?
What is it?
You have a lizard inside of your head? It's like a drug, it's supposed to make you see stuff, your future or something like that? Oh, your eye. You're so eye. Oh, you saw yourself with the armor. A big tree and a little tree. Okay, we read it. Yes. Okay, I'm glad. To know that for sure that it's out of you, I'm glad. It's gonna be your stick made with this branch. You're one of them. It was like a ceremonial, you know, a passage. That's how we found him, you know. Yep. He's gonna show you how to make it, but you're the one. Okay, that's interesting. It's your stick. It's really a rite of passage, you know. It's a dance! You're part of the team now, of the tribe. Really cool. Yes, that's what I thought. Like 15 minutes of the episode, the 15 first minutes of the episode, it's about the present time, and the 30 minutes after that were about this flashback. The first episode told it to us, you know, the fact that this show, it was gonna be divided between the actual time with Boba Fett and Fennec trying to take their places into this territory with allies, with enemies and all. We had that again, and with his flashbacks, what happened to him during the time that we were not with him, you know, we want to discover how he became like that. Okay, really okay. I'm really divided and confused because it's a good entertainment. I'm having fun, you know, watching it. It's fun. We have a lot of funny moments. We have a lot of action moments which are really well done, like we are into the action. Visually, with the music, with the actions, with the scenes, the different scenes and all, it's a good entertainment. It's really good. It's Star Wars. I recognize Star Wars because, yes, of all of the different creatures, but also the stories that they are telling to us into the present time and into the flashbacks. It's Star Wars. It's a good entertainment. I'm watching something great. I'm having fun. It's working, you know, it's working. But I'm divided a lot because I can see also the defaults of these two first episodes, and it's defaults that maybe the show is going to continue to do for the rest of the season, because it's almost the DNA of the show that they presented during these two first episodes, which is bothering me. First thing, it's the fact that for me, for the realization of the show, for how it's filmed, how it's done, how it's cut, the intention behind the show, they are losing themselves. They are putting so many stuff and they are not really printing something into it. Like again, The Mandalorian, they printed such a Western mood into the franchise Star Wars since the first scene of the first episode of the first season, we knew with the mood of the episode where we were going with the show, and they continued that with all of the different episodes. We had the same atmosphere and we had the same way to realize it, to do it, to really make it. Right there, they are using so many stuff and they are picking stuff into so many different directions. Like during the first episode, I had the impression that we had the mood of the old movies, you know, of 70s movies, with some references to Alien, with some references to the old movies, with some references also to the shows made during that period of time. Right there, I had the same impression for the present time of the show, for what is happening to Boba Fett and Fennec right now. I had the same impression, the old movies, how it was done. But into the flashbacks, I had the impression that we were with, I don't know, it's Mission Impossible in French, but I think that in the original version it's not that title. Oh no! Mission Impossible, also the same. Okay, fine for me. All of that train attack, think about it. It's a train attack. Into the Mandalorian, it would be done like a Western thing. Right there, it's done like a movie, like Mission Impossible. But before that, you made all of a training situation, which was fun and all, like a Star Wars production, like a Disney production also. Like, you are putting so many stuff into one episode, so many different moods, so many different ways of filming it. It's almost like all of your different scenes are filmed by different people who want to print a different mood into it, who are filming it into a different way. The intentions behind each of these scenes, of these moments, are different. So it's working well because all of that is entertaining, all of that is well done, and the story that you are telling with all of that is good. But I don't know what I'm watching. I don't know the intention behind that. I don't know. If not being a good entertainment, the intention behind that is lost, you know, because you are mixing too many stuff. So that's the issue that I have with how it's done. And I have also an issue with the character. He's cold, he's closed, he's like that, it's Boba Fett, we know him. But how he's acting, it's weird, you know, to have that character doing all of that. I mean, I get that the flashbacks are right there to explain to us really what happened to him during the time that we missed him, you know, that he disappeared for us, to explain how he became that person. I mean, with his character, how he is right now, I can see how he is right now. But I have to learn to understand why he is like that right now. Maybe at the end of the season I would understand that better because I'm going to discover all of these flashbacks and really the end of it. But for now, it's a little rough for me to connect with the characters. I'm not saying to be attached to him, I'm saying just to connect with him and with his feelings. Oh, it's really disturbing for me. Because I can see that it's a good entertainment, I can see that it's working on me. I lost several times during this episode, and several times during this episode I was entertained by the moments of action. I was glad to see the Hutts family. I was okay, you know, with these flashbacks, to have this training moment, it was funny. To have this action moment with the train, it was really well done, you know, like they have all of the resources to do that. And they are using good music, they are using good pictures also, they know how to film their stuff, so it's a good entertainment, it's working. But on what direction we're going with the mood of the show, I don't know. In what direction we're going with the character, I'm not sure. There is an issue really with the writers and the realization of the show to print an intention behind that. For now, they are making good episodes, entertaining episodes. For now, I'm following a story, I'm following a character without knowing where we are going and without knowing what you want to do with them, like, okay, it's well done, it's good actions, it's good moments that I'm spending in front of it, but what do we want? Do you understand what I mean? Why I'm confused? Like, it's almost like you took people who are not from the franchise Star Wars, who are maybe more from the Disney franchise, you know, all of that universe. You told them, okay, Star Wars, it's that, that, and that. So they are putting that, you know, into the stories, into the characters. But for how it's done, it's a mix between all of the Disney productions and not all of the Star Wars productions. Do you understand my thought right there? It's the impression that it's giving me. That, it's really bothering me. Because again, I'm having fun. And I'm entertained by it. I appreciate it. But I don't know. Tell me, really tell me, what did you think about these two episodes together and what I just said? And if you are fans of Star Wars, it's even better, you know. I mean, if you are hardcore fans of Star Wars, I want really your thoughts on that. What do you think about the mood that they are printing into the show and the intention behind it? Can you really determine it? Tell me that it's a good entertainment, I'm gonna agree. Tell me that you can see something else, I'm gonna be like, oh, where did you see that? What is it? I don't know what I'm watching for now. I can't determine what I'm watching. A good entertainment, but what else? A show is not just a good entertainment. It has to be something else. It has to have an intention behind it. Right there, I can't see any, or what I can see, it's so different each time for each different scenes that... What? Really? What? Okay, I'm gonna stop this video right now, so it's all for you and for me for today. Again, I'm sorry because I'm late on Patreon and on YouTube for this video. I'm sorry for that. It's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.